When you want to create sessions in Epic, click on the Create Sessions link in the center of the landing page. This will take you to the Create Sessions page. It will default to the service area selected when you originally created your Epic account. If you provide services in more than one SHARS service area, then you would select the service area you're wishing to document sessions for in the top left corner next to the words Service Area. This is how you can create a template for the SHARS services you need to document for. First, you will choose the date of service. This is done by clicking on the text field under Date of Service and either typing in the date manually or by clicking on the calendar and navigating to the correct date. Either option is allowed. Then, you will select the student or students you wish to document sessions for. You can choose multiple students by checking the box next to their name. If you choose more than one student, the service code will default to group. Once you've selected your students, you can then choose the appropriate service code. These include group, individual, medication administration, and then other areas like absences, school holidays, or bad weather days. Since we are only creating a template at this time, you do not have to worry about holidays or absences just yet. That can always be added in the final step before submitting your sessions. If you selected group or individual, you would then enter the start time and end time. This can be done with or without a colon. The minute section will automatically populate based on what you entered for start and end time. It cannot be manually altered. If you selected medication administration, the start and end times will be grayed out, and the minutes/visits field will now be active. Medication administrations are measured in visits, not time, so you would enter the amount of visits a student had on a specific date of service. For activities, if you have selected medication administration as your service code, the activity will default to medication administration. If you have selected group or individual as your service code, you can then choose a specific activity. Additionally, there are sections to add IEP information as well as notes. If you are only creating a session with a single date of service, you can now click on the Save Session button at the bottom of the screen. If you need to make a small number of additional dates of service, you can either use the Duplicate Last Row button to make an exact copy of the session you originally created and then simply change the necessary information, like date of service or start and end times. You can also use the Add New Row button to start with all blank entries. If you're wanting to create a large number of sessions, it is recommended to use the Create Recurrence feature. This is activated by using the second button from the left, next to the trash can icon. After clicking on it, it will bring up a new window. Here, you can select the recurrence to repeat on a weekly or monthly basis. Next, you can select the recurrence to repeat on Monday through Friday by checking the box next to the specific day. If you use the Check All feature, all days will be checked and you will be creating a recurrence for every day of the week. Next, you can choose if you want your recurrence to repeat every week, every 2 weeks, and so on. You can then choose the start date of your recurrence. It will populate with the initial date you choose for the session, but you may change it here if you like. This can be done by either typing in the date or using the calendar option and choosing a date. The system will default to having your recurrence end on the last month of the school year, so you could create recurrences for the entire year if you wish. TSBS recommends the best practice being to create it on a monthly basis. That way you do not have sessions made for the whole year on a student who potentially could transfer out of the district or exit your care. You also have the option to choose to have the recurrence end after a certain number of occurrences. This can be done by selecting this option and typing in the number of occurrences you want it to end at. When you are finished, you must then click Save. In this example, we have now created a recurrence for an entire month. Even if the times are not all correct or a student might have been absent, that is okay, because we will make all the necessary edits on the final step. Please see the Review Sessions training video for more information. At this point, you must remember to click the Save Sessions button. Otherwise, your sessions will stay in this step and not be able to be submitted.